Sea turtles have evolved to adapt to marine life to the point of having flippers instead of hands with fingers. However, inside their flippers, they have a bone structure similar to the bones found in our hands, such as the carpals and metacarpals. Their hind limbs are also modified for marine life, and they have the ability to hold their breath for a considerable amount of time. Although they are marine creatures, they have lungs and need to breathe air to obtain oxygen, even if they do so over long periods. One condition they exhibit is that most need to come ashore to lay their eggs, and a leatherback turtle only sets foot on land during this time. The leatherback turtle is a chelonian that inhabits all tropical seas, so they can be sighted on almost all coasts worldwide, except in countries with very low temperatures. They nest on certain shores, mainly in Costa Rica, the Galapagos Islands, and other beaches in South America, although they also lay eggs to a lesser extent in Africa, Asia, and Oceania. They belong to the Dermocolidae family, a group consisting of 8 species of turtles, of which only one living representative remains, characterized by being marine and having a colossal size. Compared to Galapagos tortoises, these are giants. These turtles can measure up to 8.86 feet, 2.7 meters, in length, with a shell reaching 5.9 feet, 1.8 meters, and weighing up to 1,764 pounds, 800 kilograms. They are olive green in color, with grayish patterns across their bodies. They have a unique feature that sets them apart from other chelonians. Their shell is not made of a bony plate, as in other turtles. Instead, their shell is composed of muscles supported by 7 bony ridges, similar to how our thoracic muscles are supported by ribs. In the ventral region, they do not have an extension of these bones, but for protection, they are equipped with small, very rigid osteodermic plates that thicken their scales. Additionally, they have a hydrodynamic profile that allows them to swim at speeds of up to 18.64 miles per hour, 30 kilometers per hour, faster than human can run or swim. Unlike many turtles that have algae on their shells, this species lacks them, possibly because their skin is very oily, which prevents these organisms from attaching to their shells. Moreover, it has been discovered that the oil on their skin has certain antibiotic properties. For a long time, it was said that the leatherback turtle was one of the few reptiles capable of producing its own heat, making them homeothermic. This is due to their metabolism being 3 times faster than that of other reptiles, allowing them to maintain an average temperature of 64.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius, higher than that of the surrounding water. It is proposed that this species be considered gigantothermic, meaning poikilothermic animals that regulate their temperature due to their large size. Additionally, they rarely rest from their constant swimming, which allows them to generate heat through movement, similar to how we raise our body temperature by walking when we are cold. This helps them maintain a stable body temperature since they do not leave the ocean. The only time they are seen on land is when females lay their eggs or when hatchlings emerge from their eggs to enter the sea. On the other hand, males, once they enter the water for the first time, never return to land voluntarily. Their reproduction occurs in the ocean, where the male seeks out a female, but she, in turn, chooses from a group of males in different years. This type of reproduction is called polyandry, which is the opposite of polygyny seen in other species. The leatherback turtle reproduces once every 2 or 3 years, with internal incubation for a period of time that is not precisely known. This is because mating occurs kilometers away from the nesting beaches, but they always return to these beaches to lay their eggs. Nesting varies by location, but typically occurs between February and July in some countries, and between March and August in others. Females arrive in small groups, usually at night, as the number of predators is lower at this time, and their eyes are not well adapted to daylight due to their marine life. They choose beaches where the sand is not too hard and has few rocks to avoid injury. There, the mother digs a hole in the sand that will serve as a nest, where she later deposits 60 to 100 eggs, measuring about 2 inches 5 centimeters in diameter, with 85% of them being viable. She then covers them with sand so her offspring can complete their development in approximately 7 days. Although this time may vary, depending on how long it takes the mother to travel. When the hatchlings emerge from their eggs, they all rush toward the sea, avoiding being eaten by ghost crabs, monitor lizards, raccoons, coastal birds, dogs, coyotes, and genets. Technically, when they are born, they have many predators, which is the leading cause of death, so only a small percentage manage to reach the ocean. However, their newly initiated marine life is no less dangerous, as they are attacked by octopuses, tiger sharks, and a variety of fish. Being a sea turtle must be a true ordeal during infancy. Although one might think that, as adults and lacking the protection of a hard shell, they would have many predators, this is not the case due to their large size. They are only harassed by orcas and some sharks, such as the great white shark. Additionally, in their groups, they defend each other aggressively, biting their attackers with their W-shaped jaws, even chasing them away. It is no wonder they exhibit this behavior, as they were constantly harassed during their infancy. These turtles undertake very large migrations, moving in groups from one continent to another, traveling from cold waters to tropical waters. They can dive to depths of up to 4,199 feet, 1,280 meters, and remain submerged for periods of 30 to 70 minutes. They spend most of their time searching for food, primarily jellyfish, making them one of the main animals that control their population. They also feed on cephalopods and tunicates. If we look inside their mouths, we will find a rather interesting formation. It is lined with long spines measuring 2 to 3.15 inches, 5 to 8 centimeters, which are believed to help retain their food, which is usually soft and slippery, although their exact function is still unknown. The average lifespan of these turtles is unknown. Some studies suggest they live between 30 and 50 years, while other specimens may reach 100 years. However, their main enemy is not natural predators, but plastic bags, as humans have significantly contributed to their decline. This species is included in various conservation categories. Generally, it is considered vulnerable, but in some places, it is classified as critically endangered. Its main problem is predators at birth, although some human activities also impact their population. One of these issues is plastic bags that end up in the open sea and are consumed by these reptiles, being mistaken for jellyfish. Another problem is the contamination of the seas with chemicals, which affects this and other species, causing poisoning, egg malformations, and metabolic problems, among other effects. Additionally, humans collect their eggs for consumption. If it were due to a lack of other food sources, it would not be as serious. But the problem is that they are consumed as if they were aphrodisiacs, which is not true, as they have the same effect as a chicken egg. However, there are many initiatives that regulate these activities to protect the species. Hatchlings are cared for to prevent predation and increase the percentage that reaches adulthood. With this, the population would have a better chance of recovery. Furthermore, the trade of this reptile and its offspring is strictly prohibited. But if many of the activities that affect them are not changed, these efforts will be of little use. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a like and share it so more people can discover this channel. I'll leave my social media handles so we can stay in touch, and I'll also make relevant announcements about the channel through those platforms. If you're new, I invite you to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you next time.